If COVID-19 wasn't dominating the news right now, what would be some of the biggest stories be right now? Egypt and Ethiopia are close to going to war due to Ethiopia building a dam on the Nile River. Ethiopia is diverting some water and limiting water flow to Egypt. The Ethiopian government is refusing to honor previous agreements made that detail the rate at which they will fill the lake behind their dam, and they refuse to negotiate any further with the Egyptians. Does Ethiopia have the military strength to take on Egypt? I don't know much about Ethiopian military, but Egypt gets over $1 billion a year in military aid from the USA and have the largest standing army on the continent. Edit. Wow, this got a lot of attention. To clarify, I was talking hypothetically, as some good commenters have pointed out an actual ground conflict between the two seems unlikely, as Egypt would have to either get the permission of Sudan and Sudan to move troops through their nations, or would have to invade them as well. Thanks for all the great responses. Map. Egypt is second strongest Arab nation. Edit. It's Arab nation, not Arabic. I gotta stop scrolling Reddit after 2 AM. CRISPR was just successfully injected into a live patient to treat genetically caused blindness. Source link. NPR. org/2020/18/817,811,768/ Yep, they injected CRISPR into an eyeball. Alex Salmon. Whoa, that's awesome. Much easier for him to tell which direction is upstream now. The ozone layer is getting better. This is the first positive news I have read in this thread. The earthquake in Zagreb. Can't go outside because coronavirus. Can't stay inside because earthquake. That was a fun day. The former king of Spain and his Swiss accounts. Wow. That is crazy. Seems like it's the perfect time to get away with whatever you want. Friend of mine works in accounting, and he said his company is planning on seeing a massive spike in fraud with all the bankruptcies expected to occur. People trying to sneak under the radar, so to speak. The nearly 2-year-long Ebola outbreak in the DRC has ended. The last patient to be treated has survived. Wow, I was worried about this a couple of months ago, but then the pandemic that must not be named took over my attention and I forgot about it. Incredibly brave people fighting Ebola. Such a scary disease. Yeah, the people that get out there to treat patients are some of the world's biggest heroes. I can't imagine how scary it must be to be living in a place with an Ebola outbreak going on. Thank God it's all over now. That was the last bit of positive news I got before all this started happening. Earn It bill. It seeks to end encryption in the USA. It would be a huge hit to online free speech. If the bill only ends encryption in the USA, how does it work when Americans interact with encrypted sites registered to other parts of the world? Because they can't technically ban encryption, they could probably force App Store owners, Google, Apple, to not allow apps that use it, but they cannot ban the technology. Brexit. I almost miss it. I do miss it. It never affected me, but I loved hearing British people yelling at each other when I turned on NPR, and the whole thing just sounded really cool. Brexit was with me through 3 different homes and 2 different countries. I'm Indian, and I can confirm that the British take ages to leave. The Lori Vallow/Chad Daybell case is still alive and well. The Enthrum sex crime case in Korea. Please read about it if you can. It's absolutely horrifying. Edit. Wow, did not expect this many responses. First time I've ever received so many replies. I see that some of you want to know more details, so I will leave a link to a blog post that someone posted on Naver. It's detailed summary of what it's all about. But please do not read if you can't handle graphic content. It's very violent and sexual content, and I don't want to trigger anyone. Read with a strong heart. Enthrum Naver blog post link. Naver.com/Namoranthrum/221,782,222,359. Victims including middle school students. I don't think I want to look into this any more than that. Those poor girls. Yes, currently, the youngest known case is 9 years old. One of the main routes into downtown Seattle, the West Seattle Bridge, was closed yesterday because cracks in support beams made it structurally unsound. It will take several months to fix and will not reopen until it's done. This would normally destroy the entire Seattle commute, but it happened right now, so it's barely even a blip on the local news. Real talk. This was probably the best possible time for this to happen. Real talk. They likely knew about this for a long time and were waiting to find a time to close it. I'd like to say the Earnit link. Thevage.com/interface/2020/3/12/21,174,815/Earnit Act Encryption Killer Lindsey Graham Match Group Act. But shit like this doesn't tend to make the news. Earnit is only on the table because of COVID-19. There's no way they would try this if we weren't distracted. That's a fair point of view. Maybe another good /r/AskReddit thread could be what are people trying to sneak by with all of our attention elsewhere. Astronomer here. We might have a bright naked eye comet next month in the northern hemisphere, our first since 1997. Comet C/2019 Atlas Y4 is brightening really quickly. Link com/news/observing/2020/03/ Comet Atlas may soon be visible to the naked eye, and by May might be one of the brightest things in the night sky. I mean, comets are notoriously tricky to predict in brightness, as it might just break apart as it gets closer to the sun. But it's really exciting to think about, albeit no one has heard about it because of the pandemic, though granted, doesn't a pandemic need a bright comet? Edit. You might be able to get it in binoculars right now, or at least have fun trying. Here link com/comet aspects CID equals C%2F 2019% 20Y4 and L80 equals 50 and LNG equals 15 and LOC equals %C4% 8CR and ALT equals 270 and TZ equals CET is a star chart for it. And yes, the last bright northern hemisphere great comet was Hale-Bopp, which was up for about a year to the naked eye if you were a southern hemisphere resident in 2006. However, you probably remember Comet McNaught. Edit 2, because many are asking. That bright star in the evening sky is actually Venus. It's around its peak brightness and height right now, and you should go take a look. If your social distancing allows it, might as well take a break from Netflix and look at a whole nother planet. Edit 3. No, there is no chance of the comet hitting us or affecting life on Earth beyond potentially getting bright. You know what? I'm really excited for this. Thank you for that information. I would hope the locusts plaguing East Africa, the Middle East, and the Indian subcontinent. It's describing some swarms as being the size of New York, and they are eating their harvest, threatening widespread famine. I think without coronavirus we would mobilize to try to control this population the way we did for Zika carrying mosquitoes in the Americas. Edit. This NPR article link. NPR/2020/02/21/807,483,297/ Why are swarms of locusts wreaking havoc in East Africa? Describes how in 2018 an unfortunate series of cyclones from the Indian Ocean hit an extremely remote area of the Arabian Peninsula known as the Empty Quarter. This produced extraordinary rain and gave them what they needed to breed, because a second cyclone hit occurred during their breeding cycle. Instead of drying out and having most of their population die out in the desert, the population exploded. In favorable conditions they can multiply by 400x their population every 6 months. Then they mass migrated. Also for clarity, a swarm was identified as 3 times the size of Nick. I swear I remember hearing about some group readying up like 200k ducks to go fight the locusts. Cause one duck can eat like 150 locusts a day or something. I'll have to find a source. Edit. No idea how accurate this is, but it's from March 2nd. Link. google.com/am/s/www. Express. Co. UK/news/world/1,245,489/ locust plague Pakistan Africa locust swarm attack ducks Xinjiang/amp. I've heard this story before. Next we are going to hear about the enormous swarm of ducks that's taking over Africa and India. Then someone's going to suggest deploying 200,000 badgers to eat the ducks. This could go on a while. Prince Andrew trying to defend his ass. Right, it's gross. And has being protected by way more people than he should be. Probably the oil price war actually. Saudi Arabia is trying to force the Russians into cutting production since they won't play ball with OPEC Plus, and us shale might pay the prices we need high cost for this entire industry to function. I work in the oil industry. This is huge right now. It's honestly just about the same as the coronavirus for us. Powers getting cuts, people losing their jobs, etc. All due to oil price and not coronavirus. Us shale is paying the price. Even without the virus, it would kill our economy. Yes, it did start before coronavirus, but the impact happened at the same time. The reason oil price cratered was because OPEC Plus had an emergency meeting after demand fell in China due to the virus. At the meeting, Putin and MBS had a dick measuring contest, and now they're both losing money producing as much as they can to fuck with each other. This can't last forever, but might last long enough for us shale, Canadian tar sands, and other worldwide producers to go bankrupt. This is amazing for China though, going to boost their recovery. Earthquake in Zagreb 3 days ago. Corona and earthquake damage are two news in the news. There have been several earthquakes this month. From Nepal to Tibet to Utah and now Zagreb. ISIS bombs Sikh place of worship in Afghanistan. Edit. Thank you for the awards. Afghan officials say 25 were killed and 8 more are wounded in an attack on the Sikh temple in the nation's capital. It appears multiple gunmen stormed the temple complex, while there were approximately 150 people inside. A Sikh who took cover says the militants went room to room, shooting and throwing hand grenades. The Islamic State organization has claimed responsibility. Fucking assholes are at it again. Weinstein. The bill Congress is trying to push through to end encryption, voter suppression. The list could go on. Even Weinstein getting coronavirus barely seemed to be a blip on the news radar. Hope he survives, so he can rot in jail instead of getting the easy way out. Bill Gates leaving Microsoft. Whoa. Bill Gates left Microsoft 12 days ago. Link. cnbc.com/2020/03/13/ Bill Gates leaves Microsoft board. HTML. I don't think it changes much. He was on the board, not running daily operations. I doubt they would ignore him if he made a suggestion, though. Yeah, not at all. The company will be perfectly fine without him, and I'm certain they will always listen if he comes back. If anything, it shows he feels the company is in great hands and that he can walk away. The insider trading scandal in Congress. Yes, but wasn't this precipitated by COVID-19? Or is there another scandal I'm not aware of? This and the oil war are both reactions to the coronavirus. To clarify, neither would have been likely to occur at this precise time in the virus absence, but the underlying issue would have likely occurred later on. That Putin changed his country's constitution so he can be president until 2036. I think we've all known for a while that dude's going to leave power in a casket, and not a moment sooner. I mean, he could go the North Korea route, having him as supreme leader forever, and the person running the country just be like the prime minister. The locusts in Africa. Well, probably not in American news, but it's still pretty big news, you know. It's hitting Pakistan too, and China is prepping to send 700,000 ducks to stop the locusts. Easy to control. And one duck can eat 200 locusts a day. DUCKFORCE. Enthroom case in Korea. Telegram porno sexual slavery ring with 74 victims including underage girls. The Telegram groups has estimated at least 10 to 30,000 subscribers. The Enthroom perpetrators /Za0 are accused of /Za0 luring /Za0 victims, including minors, into sending /Za0 sexually explicit photos and videos. In /Za0 some cases, this escalated to using blackmail to force victims into increasingly violent acts, including sexual assault. Absolutely disgusting. I'm surprised that this news didn't get bigger. International Oil Reporters at Cookman Ilbo observed about 25 000 users across 30 such chat rooms. One of the guys in charge of the rooms has had his identity revealed and the rest, one other main guy and the people who participated, are being investigated as of right now. Reports are saying that a few high-profile celebrities, professors and athletes are some of the 260k involved in the viewing and or distributing of the illegal contents, which is unsurprising considering the entrance fee to access these rooms were between $300 to $1,500. Hope justice is served and served well. Korean law is known to be very forgiving for sex crimes, so I hope things change with this. Edit. Here is an article you can read to get more information. Link. In a kr/view/e2003230029000315 #TWO with one of the victims. Link. Korabu.com/news/victim telegram Enthroom case speaks horrors faced middle school student / another in-depth article. Link. com/1,824,130 Korea shocked by Telegram chat room sexual abuse scandal / edit 2. It's been recently reported that one of the youngest victim include one as young as 9 years old, 11 years old, and also an underage female idol / singer. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.